What's up, people? So, this is actually part 2 of my Twitch gameplay. I was Jungle Twitch, and I actually did very well in this game. I could have done better late game, but you'll see for yourself. So, basically, I think I want to expand more on my channel so that I am actually talking about other stuff rather than the gameplay. And that can be anything from pretty much anything I want to talk about, so it doesn't even have to deal with League of Legends. It could be pretty much anything. So today I do want to talk about some League of Legends things, but in the future I think I will talk about some other stuff too. The gameplays will still be League of Legends, but the actual content of my audio will be something different, and I think it's going to be better for the most part because you know, I'm not exactly a professional player, so the gameplays will be kind of boring if I'm just talking about them. So I definitely think I am going to be talking about some other stuff. But for this gameplay, I am going to be talking about the top bands as of May 2012. So things have changed a lot. I remember when I first started, Akali used to be the #1 band in ranked gameplay. And just a quick rundown on my credentials, I have around 1,200 or so ranked games played so far. Currently, as of the last week, I've played around over 50 or 60 ranked games, if not more. So I do know what I'm talking about. And the week's only half done, so that's pretty much 60 games in half a week. Anyhow, things have changed a lot. I remember when I first started, Akali used to be a huge band, and that was around a year and a half ago. And the reason why she's not anymore is because her laning phase is extremely weak, because Riot has nerfed her extremely hard, on top of nerfing some items that she depends on. On top of that, she's just not a very good late gamer because she is an assassin, and assassins tend to be very squishy, and really the new meta pretty much depends on tanky teams. So pretty much in ranked gameplays now, we see at least 3 extremely tanky teams, at least 1 Warmog, if not more. And the reason because of this is so that very fed champions cannot carry the game by themselves, because they won't be able to burst down people immediately because of so many tanky people. And on top of that, they can turret dive easily and kill you before you can do anything. So Akali is definitely not a ban anymore. Let me just tell you guys what is a ban. One of the top champions is still Kassadin. We sometimes don't see him anymore, and the reason is because he can be countered, and there's so many bad Kassadin players. I personally know how to counter Kassadin very well when they choose him, so that's why I never ban Kassadin myself, but I do see him a lot. Another top ban is Morgana, and you guys should note these bans because this is what you want to ban, otherwise you will be destroyed in games. Another top ban is Morgana, and the primary reason is because she has so much CC with her ultimate and her Q, and she does a great deal of damage, and her primary job is a support slash tank slash disruptor, not a AP carry, because I don't think her job is to burst down or kill people. It's more to disrupt people, deal a lot of damage, and stop the team fight from going the way they want. The point of her ult is to get in the middle and pretty much scatter the entire opponent's team in order to stop them from dealing damage to your team or getting to your precious or scarce, or what's the word I'm looking for, squishy AD carries. So Morgana, Kassadin, those are two bans I definitely see. Definitely ban Morg. Kassadin, I wouldn't ban myself. Other than that, I do see a lot of Shen bans. The reason is because he can 1v1 a lot of tops extremely well and beat them. And the reason is because he has been buffed a lot. I think they buffed him around 2 months ago, and he's still very viable. On top of that, his taunt and his ult have been buffed, and he can do extremely well with his abilities with respect to 1v1ing someone top or just helping in the team fight. His ult is extremely useful because he can backdoor lane and then ult straight into a team fight. You do see a lot of that in professional team play. When a 5v5 fight is about to erupt, Shen will be bot lane pushing it while the four of his allies is grouped together trying to fend off an attack. And the reason why this is so good is because Shen can backdoor while they fend off an attack. If they try and engage and make it a 5v4, Shen can ult right in and it'll be a 5v5. Nothing will be lost, and on top of that, they manage to push a lane. Also, early game, Shen is so good because his ult can be used as a gank. He can make a 3v2 gank into a 3v3, or he can make a 2v3 gank with 3 as your ally team into a 4v2 gank by ulting in, or just a 1v1 mid lane solo fight into a 2v1 or a 3v1 with the jungler and Shen and your mid carry. So that's why he's so powerful. So Shen is definitely a good ban. And our time's running a little short here, so just to wrap it up, Shaco is still definitely a good ban. I don't see him as much banned because there's a lot of bad Shaco players, and if you just turret hug, you can't avoid him. But he is banned just because he is annoying, and not because he's overpowered or he will carry a game, but just because we don't feel like dealing with turret hugging all the time, and because it leads to a very boring game. So just to recap, Kassadin, Shen, Shaco, these are all very overpowered and frequent bans, and Morgana. The other two are up to you, but I recommend Blitzcrank. I am seeing a whole lot of him all of a sudden in the last week or so. Before that, I haven't seen him, but I do see him a lot now. And on top of that, I definitely think probably Morgana. I did say Morgana already. Blitzcrank and the new champion. Whatever's the new champion at the moment, you want to ban him. So that's it for my most overpowered and banned champions of Ranked. I hope you guys will stay tuned and subscribe for more.